Call the meeting to order. Roll call, please, Christy.
Jimmy Dean.
Here.
Melanie Hayden.
Here.
Jake Lewis.
Here.
Bill Socha.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
They have proof of publication here. Visitors' correspondence. Anyone desiring to speak on any item or issue not on the agenda or any item on the agenda that does not include a public hearing may do so, which shall be limited to 3 minutes. Persons should identify themselves by name and address. Persons speaking should not expect the council to engage in back and forth dialogue regarding their comments. Unless an agenda item includes a public hearing, no person may speak during the business portion of the meeting provided. However, persons speaking during the public hearing are limited to between 5 and 20 minutes. The public is advised that a copy of the Open Meeting Act is located on the north wall of the council chamber, and one copy of all reproducible written material to be discussed at this meeting is available for examination and copying. Anybody would like to speak at this time?
Jason Jr., 7506 North 285th. I tried to get on the agenda about a subject and I missed it by the day. Back in the olden days when I was on this council, we used to get our packets delivered on Thursday. So the citizens would be able to see the 3 places it was passed around town so they could see it. The problem is when you have a deadline on Wednesday, you don't put the agenda out till Friday, we can't see it. So where ours was all paper handed out, you have electronics. There is no reason you guys can't have this out on Thursday, giving the citizens till Friday at 5 to be on the agenda and be able to talk about it. Because the old administration, this was their way to keep people to know what was going on. So I just think that you need to look at it. I think it's something to be easily fixed and give the people, and plus then that gives you Monday to see what people are wanting to say. And whether it's Linda, Mike, or the attorney or whoever they can talk to beforehand, maybe it can be resolved without having to be here. Because one of the subjects I talked about, Mike, and it was fixed. But I think it's something that needs to be fixed because the people need to be able to have a voice. And the other thing I think we need to do is, I'd like to see on the monthly report somewhere, and maybe you guys get it, we don't see it in the public, or if it's in there, I haven't found it. How much water the People Services producing every month, how much sewer we're sending to Fremont, so people see the numbers, because they really wouldn't have any idea. And then also, when they flush hydrants, how much is it? Because I know they can pretty much tell within 10,000 gallons. I know it's tens of thousands of gallons, it might be 100,000 gallons. But again, the people need to be aware how much we're dumping on the ground to try to protect what's going on, but that's a lot of money and a lot of income that we're not having. That's it.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Brian Thiessen, 400 South Park. I've talked to most of you guys after our meeting that we had, I think it was 2 Saturdays ago. I'm not really sure. Life's been a little roller coaster for me here, but it seems like everybody on Park Street's pretty straightforward with that idea. I don't think that there's much of an issue, and I'm glad that we're coming up with a fix on it. I'm not trying to speak for the whole street, but of course I'm the only one on Park that's here at the moment. So thank you guys for doing your part and forcing the hand to make that happen, because we were not going to get any results with anything else. One other last thing I wanted to address is, of course, my driveway and where we stand on that. And I'm asking you guys as council members and you, Linda, to force the hand on that also. I mean, they blatantly trespassed, blatantly parked on my driveway without permission. I don't feel that it's a city that needs to pay for it. I do feel like it is a contractor or whoever, but I don't feel like that should be on you guys. It's not your fault. You didn't give them permission. They did that on their own. Whether they did or didn't do the damage, the proof is in the pudding. They were there. I have pictures, I have everything that says that they were on my driveway without permission, so. And multiple times, and we've addressed this several times, and I've talked to all you guys, but I would love to get some help from you guys on this side, and help me out on that, because that's about as far as I can go unless I go the legal route, and I don't really feel like that should be a position that we should have to step into, but thank you guys.
Thank you, Brent. Anyone else? Can I entertain a motion for approval of the agenda?
A motion to approve it.
Vote, please.
Who seconded it? I'm sorry.
I did.
Thank you.
All in favor? Entertain a motion for approval of the consent agenda?
I make a motion to approve the consent of agenda.
Second.
Vote, please. All in favor? Now we have, Eric for the Cornhusker State Games.
Good evening, City Council. My name is Eric Moser, 1827 East Bermuda Drive in Lincoln, Nebraska. Usually this is a one and done meeting. We got construction, and I work in construction, so entirely understand it. Things need to get built, and things need to get rebuilt. The current route that we had discussed last time runs on 252nd and Pacific up north to 252nd and Blondo. There's a roundabout that's getting constructed by West Shores down there. All good. But as a race director, I have safety concerns that I need to address with the athletes on there, and Douglas County's routing that north-south through 252nd Street. Meaning my athletes are riding their bikes on the same course that, people who are trying to get to church or go to the grocery store and all that. So I want to keep them out of harm's way, ideally. There is discussions with the sheriff's department in Douglas County and Douglas County engineers to try to continue to keep that route. But I have since proposed a different route just to alleviate that issue altogether. Because, let's be honest, who likes a cyclist on the road? It's always like, oh, you darn cyclist. So, sorry, we like riding our bikes. So I guess I'm here to inform everyone of what the current plan is right now and what I've presented to them. And that being on this is a triathlon at Mallard Landing. I think a lot of us know where that's at. It's on the south side by the boat ramp. Typically, we just stay south of town and we do a little out and back, and then we come back and we get our run on. This year, it would be, we start on the east side of the boat ramp, and we work our way towards the Menards plant north, and then Meads to 288th, up to Ida, and then 300th. Talking to Douglas County, it sounded like there was potentially some construction on Ida and 300th. I don't know if anyone's privy to that information tonight, and we don't need to, I guess, get into a whole discussion about it, but.
Tim, is there construction going on out there still? I thought they were done with it.
Okay. So I guess, the main affected areas, it would be a smaller footprint, up through Meigs, going east to west. That's the way they would travel. The same way they go out, the same way they come back, except they come back on 270th instead of 264th. So it's a little loop around the lake that they do, and then a little out and back that they then come back to do. Again, this is going to involve Valley more so than
Right.
it has in the past. And so, which is great. We bring all these people in and we want them to come and see the town afterwards. That's the hopes, right? So I guess I'm here to ask for your consideration to continue to go along this route out to Ida. I do have a proposed route, option 2, to go out to Venice. And I don't know what all that entails and who I need to talk to on that route, but
So they'd be on Highway 92 then?
I don't wanna put them on 92
No,
either.
no, no.
Yeah, it would essentially be 264th Pacific, and then they would head west on Pacific through,
Campanella.
Campanella Road.
Yeah, Campanella Road.
Right, so I don't really wanna step on their toes.
No.
You know, we've stepped on Sokol's toes before, and I just am trying to keep it. Yeah, I would like to keep them away from there. Pacific's kind of like my boundary is.
The only thing, like you said, going through Meigs there, Sunday morning, you got church,
St.
two
John's
churches there,
and-
the
yeah.
Catholic Church and St. Mark's Lutheran Church.
Mhm.
So I know St. Mark's church time is at 9:30. I don't know what time the Catholic Church is.
It used to be 7:30 to 10, but I don't know.
Okay.
What time do you foresee your bikers going through there?
They would likely, we've usually closed or reopened the roads, excuse me, by about 10:15 every year. So yeah, it's going to coincide with church traffic. Would there be a route, and pardon me, on Valley Street that we could take through town and then open up Meigs again?
That would be better.
I would need to still, because of the run route and the I don't want to cross cyclists in front of runners. They're
Right.
dangerous, right? So that is an option as well, if we can route them through there, but we would still be utilizing.
Valley Street would be better.
Okay, all right, great. I will,
We don't have any churches on Valley. Well, let me take that back. We have United Faith there.
Okay.
But
There's still like, you can get
you
around.
can get around better.
we have historically a little over 200 athletes, and at that point, they're split up in between two races. The kids' race is gonna remain the same. It's gonna stay south and it's gonna stay within Mallard. So we don't need to really discuss that, but going north, I think we'll end up having about 100 people that are doing it, and it will be fairly spread out. So in the past, on 264th, the 252nd Pacific, in that entire box that we ride in, that usually gets pretty spread out.
So you're
So-
okay with doing the Valley Street one?
Yeah, they
Okay.
school.
We
It'd be
need,
nice. I mean, I've ridden that and ran that plenty of times. I live in Lincoln. I used to live in Omaha. I grew up in Junior Cove, so I love the
somebody
area.
needs to make a motion to approve the change of the route.
I make a motion to change the route and going through Valley Street.
Second.
Vote please. All in favor?
Thank
Who
you.
seconded that motion? I'm sorry.
Bill,
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
Sorry you had so many issues this year.
okay. That's why I'm here.
We have 3 proclamations again this month. We have the International Building Safety Month, May 2026. Whereas the safety of the buildings we occupy daily is essential to the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the world. And whereas among the world's most fundamental laws are those providing safety standards for construction of buildings in which people live, work, and play. Whereas for construction codes to be effective and enforced, understanding and cooperation must exist between code officials and the people they serve. And whereas through the efforts of code officials worldwide and their cooperative relationship with the construction industry, the administration of these health and safety standards is assured. And whereas units of government across the world, along with such prestigious organizations as the International Code Council, Nebraska Code Officials Association, and Board of Engineers and Architects, are joining to promote the use of building and construction codes today through the observation of International Building Safety Month. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Linda Lewis, Mayor of the City of Valley, along with my fellow council members, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2026 International Building Safety Month. I urge all citizens to participate in International Building Safety Month activities to promote building safety, to create awareness as to the importance of construction and building codes, and to spotlight the role of dedicated code official in administrating these codes. Then we have Mental Health Month, 2026. Look around, look within. Whereas the area that someone lives in plays a significant role in their overall health and well-being. And whereas surroundings can impact if, how, and when a person's needs are met, which in turn affect mental health. And whereas having safe, stable, and healthy home conditions set the foundation for achieving and maintaining good mental health. And whereas with early and effective interventions, those individuals with mental health conditions can recover and lead full and productive lives. And whereas each business, school, government agency, healthcare provider, organization, and citizens share the burden of mental health problems and has a responsibility to promote mental health awareness and support preventive efforts. Now therefore, I, Linda Lewis, Mayor of the City of Valley, do hereby proclaim May 2026 as Mental Health Month in the City of Valley. As the mayor, I also call upon the citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, and schools in the City of Valley to recommit our community to increasing awareness and understanding of mental health, the steps our citizens can take to protect their mental health, and the need for appropriate and accessible services for all people with mental health conditions. And then the last one is Peace Officers Memorial Day and National Police Week, May 15th and May 10th through the 16th of 2026. Whereas the Congress and President of the United States have designated May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day and the week in which May 15th falls as National Police Week, and whereas the member of the Valley Police Department may play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of all citizens in the City of Valley, and whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand their duties, responsibilities, hazards, and sacrifices of their law enforcement agency, and that members of our law enforcement agency recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and the property, by protecting them against violence and disorder, and by protecting the innocent against deception and the weak against oppression. And whereas the Valley Police Department has grown to be a modern and scientific law enforcement agency which unceasingly provides a vital public service. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Linda Lewis, Mayor of the City of Valley, along with my fellow council members, do hereby proclaim the week of May 10th to 16th, 2026, Peace Officers Memorial Day and National Police Week. I encourage everyone to join in commemorating law enforcement officers, past and present, who by their faithful and loyal protection have rendered a dedicated service to their communities, and publicly salutes the service of law enforcement officers in our community and in communities across the nation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, number 10, the cross-contamination survey. I don't know if everybody in the audience has seen this. It's been posted. The state is making us do this. We have to fill it out. We had, in the past, put it out, and there was over 700 that were sent back as unknown. We need the known. I mean, and I'm guilty too. I was unknown because I wasn't gonna crawl under my house and find out what my pipes were. That's all there is to it. Mike Adair has graciously said that he would do it for any resident in this town that would just call him. And his number is on the website, on that page. All you have to do is call him and he will come and check your pipes for you. And so that's a very nice service that he's offering to do. But as of right now, we've only gotten 24 responses back to the survey. It's a great start, but we need everybody to be responding. So pass the word on to your neighbors. just talk about it and make sure everybody's aware so we can get this done.
Can we, share Mike's number so people that can't see it online, how would they find Mike's number?
Uh,
Kendra. Oh, Kendra.
call Kendra. Kendra has those.
So call the city hall.
Yeah, call City
Okay.
Hall, talk to the utility clerk, Kendra. She will be able to give you those numbers.
Okay.
Okay, and that's it about cross-contamination. Number 11, swimming pool consulting. Mike,
At the last council meeting, the council gave us approval to go out and seek a consultant to do some conceptual studies, cost estimating, public engagement services for the city. We sent out an RFP on April 15th, the day after. We received proposals back on May 6th. Yesterday, May 11th, we interviewed 3 firms that submitted proposals for the work. And we determined that Water's Edge Aquatics was considered the best choice for this particular project. They are a nationally recognized firm. They've done a lot of work around the Midwest. I'm personally familiar with some of the leadership of that group through years of being in the consulting business myself. So I know that they do good work and looking forward with working for them. Tonight, I'm requesting that the council give us approval to negotiate a contract with Water's Edge so we can keep this project moving forward.
and looking for someone to make a motion to approve.
I make a motion that we approve Water's Edge.
I'll second.
Vote, please. All in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, the next item is the passage of resolution number 2026-24. Consideration and action to extend the interlocal cooperation agreement between the city of Omaha and the city of Valley relating to the operation of a lottery. It's the Keno.
Okay.
I entertain a motion to approve it.
I entertain a motion. I make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Vote, please. All in favor? Okay, the next item on the agenda is ordinance number 853. Whoops, 851, excuse me.
I can say a few things about this. So this was talked about last month, and then there was a revision that the council requested that I made. You'll see that on the second page, number 7, where including the requirement of a safety flag, much like we require the flags on ATVs and UTVs. So we're treating golf cart vehicles similar to those vehicles. In addition, I understood after a conference with the city administrator and city clerk earlier today that there might be some desire to remove the requirement that there be an inspection of these vehicles by the city police department.
Correct.
And so if that's the case, whomever makes the motion to approve this ordinance, I'd like to see there be some language in that motion that will delete that language. I would suggest, though, that we keep the requirement of presenting proof of liability insurance. That bill would be presented to the city clerk, not the police department, because I think it's important.
To get their sticker.
To get their sticker, that's right. I think it's important to display proof of liability insurance, which again, the insurance is a requirement in the state statute anyway. It's just the clerk would be looking at that and not the police department.
We wanted something that basically would have the requirements on it and they signed it rather than asking the police to check
Yes.
each one.
Yes.
And then did we also agree that there would be a fee for 25? Okay,
I think that's what we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I prepared the ordinance with that blank in there, so
Add that to the motion.
needs to be added to the motion too.
I will make a motion to approve ordinance, or,
Wait.
no?
What?
You ever read it?
Yeah, I would entertain a motion to introduce ordinance number 851 on the first reading.
I make a motion to approve it on the first reading.
Second,
With the changes?
Do we say that
do
now?
we say it now? or-
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With the removal of having the police having to inspect the golf cart, and then the amount of the fee for registration would be $25.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second introducing ordinance number 851 on first reading. Is there any discussion on it? If there is no discussion, will the city clerk read the short title?
Ordinance number 851, an ordinance of the city of Valley, Nebraska, permitting the operation of golf cart vehicles within the corporate limits of the city, providing regulations, restrictions, and penalties for violations related thereto, repealing municipal code sections, ordinances, and resolutions in conflict herewith, providing a severability clause, and providing an effective date.
Please vote. All in favor? Is there a desire to suspend the rules and pass the ordinance on the second and third reading?
I'll make a motion to suspend the second and third reading.
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? If not, vote please. All in favor? Okay, now we're going to the next item on the agenda is ordinance number 853.
Council, you also saw this last month. In the meantime, though, on April 17th, the legislature actually passed a state law that gives us some direction on how to handle this. And so you see in section 1 of the ordinance that cash transactions ending in 1, 2, 6, or 7 cents will be rounded down to the nearest nickel. And then in section 2, transactions ending in 3, 4, 8, or 9 will be rounded up to the nearest. Exciting stuff, I know.
This penny's causing problems.
Yeah, it's all because of getting rid of the penny. I would entertain a motion to introduce ordinance number 853 on the first reading.
I make a motion to pass ordinance number 853 on the first reading.
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second introducing ordinance number 853 on the first reading. Is there any discussion? If there is no discussion, will the city clerk read the short title, please?
Ordinance number 853, an ordinance of the city of Valley, Nebraska, providing for the rounding up or down to the nearest nickel, any cash transaction conducted with the city due to the discontinuance of the penny, repealing municipal code sections, ordinances, and resolutions in conflict herewith, providing a severability clause, and providing an effective date.
Please vote. All in favor? Is there a desire to suspend the rules and pass the ordinance on the second and third reading?
I make a motion to pass on the second and third reading.
Second.
Vote, or is there any further discussion? If not, vote please. Okay. City engineer.
Good evening. The first item on the agenda then is the water treatment plant with Erickson's Construction. Tonight we have progress payment application number 16 in the amount of $687,661.90. Luckily that's 90, so I don't have to worry about rounding that we just passed. Just a brief update. Is the plant's progressing well. They've actually enclosed the entire building now. The last piece of the roof was on there. We're waiting for that. And the last 2 windows were installed, I think, like a couple weeks ago. So that's a good milestone. And then also, actually, last week, we got the power service into the building, and that's turned on until PPD, which is another good hurdle to cross with them, because they can always be a little hiccup in the road with that progress. So, and if you remember, there was one piece of equipment that we're waiting for to be shipped for basically that will start to set the date that this plant can be put into operation. They had a 4-week lead time, and we were told last week it's about 2 to 3 weeks out. So I just pegged it as Memorial Day in my mind to kind of keep it at the forefront, which is good from a progress standpoint. So overall schedule, the contractor's telling us middle of July is a good date right now to get this plant fired up. It'll take about 30 days with all of the testing of different pieces and stuff like that. So it'll be very systematic, if you will, where there'll be a power started, get different features started, then get all the testing, calibration stuff done before it actually is placed into operation. Of course, with the people service team, that will be a thing that would continue to be coordinated. So good progress. And then tonight, like I said, application for payment number 16 takes them to about 87% of their contract price. And having reviewed that, we do recommend approval of the progress payment in that amount.
Okay, I'm looking for passage of resolution number 2026-23. Approval of contractor's application for payment number 16 in the amount of $687,000, $661.90.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 2026-23.
Second.
Vote please. All in favor?
Item B then is the water main replacement project with Urban Construction. The first item, change order number 1, that was an item that we had on the agenda last month, and that was laid over for more information and discussion, which I believe has all occurred now with the city administrator has taken a little bit of that lead. So having reviewed that, we do recommend city council approve change order number 1.
And this is the
Storm drain.
yeah,
Correct.
on Park Avenue.
Yep, correct.
Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve change order number 1.
I make a motion to approve change order number 1.
I'll second.
Vote please. 1 opposed and 3 for.
Can you give us a time frame on that? Like when they would start?
Let me get that. I mean, basically, it wasn't approved last month, so I let it sit. And we did the communication on the exhibit and everything else, so I can get that for you and get back to you. Just sure. Yep. Item B, another change order request. This was a request that our office made with the contractor. That's a decrease in $97,845.16. That's actually something we've been studying. It is actually a material change around allowance for PVC pipe in lieu of the ductile iron pipe that the city has historically used. Some of the factors have changed with the city overall on where we're looking at doing on water system replacement since this was bid. Number of factors between the two materials that you can pros and cons toward each one. PVC does have a couple characteristics that would outweigh the ductile iron on a couple of things that we're seeing in the city system. So this is the material cost of difference plus labor for additional time and effort to put in ductile iron versus the PVC. But we do recommend approval of that. Change order decrease in the amount of $97,845.16.
I entertain a motion to approve change order number 2.
I make a motion to approve change order number 2.
Second.
Vote please. All in favor?
Just a couple more items that are other miscellaneous. One of the things that we have been working on now over the last 4 to 6 weeks with administration is the water main replacement implementation plan. That's a long tongue twister for me. So we're looking to have that presented to city council at the June meeting. So look forward for all that information.
Is it a 2.5 year?
What's that?
2.5 year timeline?
Yeah.
Not 5, but 2.5?
I guess I was thinking 3 when you told me, but anyways.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
time has gone
Yeah,
by. Now
it
we're
has.
at 2.5.
You're 100% right. Yep. Yep. So we'll be looking for that. Have received the first submittal, a submittal for June's planning commission meeting. There's some development activity there. Working with the builder's office as well. There's some activity on some commercial and or other properties in the area, so there's good interest on some market items for new construction and building and stuff, so that's exciting for the city to keep growing. Yeah, happy to answer any other questions.
When are we gonna start the water main replacements?
I was told early June. Mayor, or city administrator did also talk to the contractor, he was told June 15th, so it's between those two dates. We have drafted some materials for.
And the first one they're gonna do is that, the one over by Casey's, right?
Yeah, they're gonna do Richmond Road, right, which would be Walnut down to Pine. Pine, or, what's the one next to the old car wash?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, so that was the first segment that they're identifying it. I think the contractor kind of viewed that as one of the most challenging ones with the roadway and everything else, but regardless, we do have some materials drafted for public notification. There'll be a couple notices, or a notice that will go out on the city's website and have all that stuff that just says overarching, here's the project. And then we will follow that up for specific segments when those would occur, and then those will also, we'll have a door hanger that we'll put out that has contact information, generic projects, items, delivery, impacts if those occur and stuff like that. So yeah, that will probably go out next week, Mayor. I think it'll be about a 30-day notice is what we wanted to do there. So that way everybody's overarching knows what the project limits are.
Okay,
And then
thank you.
the impacts to each block then would be followed up by a kind of like an update is what we would typically call those.
Thank you.
Quick question for you, and I told Mike, and he may have told you already, but with the drains that we're putting in on Park Avenue, where it's gonna go to, those pump stations or lift stations, in the middle of you doing all this, can you just make sure they get a really good inspection if they can withhold all that stuff that's gonna go to it? Just give it a look over.
Sure.
I know they break like every 3 months, but still, just give it a look over.
Sure. Yep. Thank you.
Thanks. Please,
We have nothing.
you have nothing?
No, do you have any questions?
No, you guys are doing a good job for us.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. I closed my thing, dang it. What's next? Who's next?
Right.
City administrator.
City administrator. Can't believe I closed it.
I don't have anything to add there.
Nothing to add? Okay. City attorney, please.
I don't have anything to add either, but I'm happy to take questions.
You're up. This is going too smooth. The city did receive Tree City USA recognition for 2025. Yay. In case everyone's not aware, the voluntary water conservation went into effect May 1st. Odd number watering on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Even number addresses on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Monday is a no watering day for anyone. Now, as dry as it's been, I would appreciate if people follow this. Because I don't want to get into a problem.
Can I
Later.
add something to that, Mayor? Just for people that don't know, it's not that we're running out of water. It's that the water is it's directing water in the different areas. This will help reduce the risk of brown water while we're doing all the mains and everything else. So there's plenty of water there. This will help reduce the risk of brown water until we get all the mains and everything fixed.
Okay, and upcoming items, there will be no planning commission May meeting.
At this time, I would like to move to go into a closed session at 7:39 PM for the protection of the public interest and in order to have a discussion with the city attorney while maintaining the attorney-client privilege. If someone wants to second.
I'll second.
Vote, please. A motion has been made and second to go into closed session for the protection of the public interest and in order to have a discussion with the city attorney while maintaining attorney-client privilege. Why are we saying that again? Is there any discussion before we go? Okay.